Guys, this is Maya from Trade Labs, and today we're going to have a look at another few examples of price action trading strategies and price action trading patterns that you can easily identify by yourself without any kind of indicators in the Forex market or any kind of market that you are interested in, any instrument. So I'm really excited to show you guys what we have in store today for you. Welcome back guys, this is Maya from Trade Labs, and like I mentioned in the intro, today we're going to have a look at another few examples of price action trading strategies and the price action trading patterns that we are going to identify today together in order for you guys to understand more how price action trading works in general and how you can take this information into your own trading life and apply it to your charts. Now, let's jump right into it because we have a lot to unpack here that I really think it's going to be really useful for your trading skills. Okay guys, so what you're seeing on the screen right now is just a snapshot of today's gold forex trading market that we are going to use as a base for our price action trading strategy investigation, if you want to call it like that, where I will tell you guys how you can identify price action trading patterns that you can use in your benefit in your trading life. Now, this is a really straightforward strategy that only 5% of usual traders are actually applying it to their trading day-to-day life. Why? Because it's not something that just comes really easily to learn for the new traders. Now, your 95% of your usual traders, or how I call them retail traders, and are not using like really clear and concise charts that can tell them straight from the bat what action they need to take in that market. And of course, I'm talking about retailers who look at charts like this one that I'm showing on the screen right now. This is just a bunch of squiggly lines that I'm finding hard to understand who would understand this chart from the beginning. This is a bunch of squiggly lines that have no information whatsoever for you. Looking at this, can you honestly tell me that you understand what's happening here? In order for you to take informed decisions of what to do with the market, of course, 95%, and this is a fact, 95% of retail traders are using charts like this, and then they are complaining that they cannot make really successful trading strategies out of their market. Why? Because they are looking at these charts that are more confusing than helpful, literally. Instead, the rest of 5% who are successful traders would be looking at something like this, which is a really clear and concise chart that will tell you straight from the bat really important information readily available for you in order to identify really powerful trends and the direction of the market itself. Now, what I'm showing here on the screen is just a chart that we created at Trade Labs. This is called brick bars, and as you can see, it's really informative in terms of the market trend and the market direction, which is the most important thing that you need to start with whenever you're trading any kind of instrument. Now, when we are talking about price action trading strategies, and in order to identify price action patterns, and in order to identify price action trading patterns, of course, you would be looking at these really important pivotal points in your charts, in your market. By that, I mean identifying some really important analytically strategic points in your market chart that can help you identify price action trading patterns. What I highlighted here are reversal green bars, which will help you determine the trend lines. Trend lines of the market will let you further analyze the market itself in order to understand what the price market is actually doing. This can go two ways. Either you are looking for some conservative trend lines which can help you, let's say, tune down the wiggle of the chart itself, or you are looking at some aggressive trend lines which would tell you straight away what would be the exact point where the market will change. Now, in order to do that, you just need to identify the trend lines themselves. You would be looking at drawing a trend that would match the two pivot points that will match 2 consecutive pivot points important in your price action trading market. Now, this would be one, and of course you have multiple ones. Here is another one that you can have on the market, and then you have the last one, which would look like this. Now, if you follow this aggressive trend line, this would be where it would leave you. Now, with this price action trading strategy, we are looking for some aggressive trend lines, and this is what I just started to draw right here. These are the aggressive trend lines that can help us identify the market itself and the price action trading pattern. Now, if we follow this logic and if we follow the last trend line, we would be looking at this little trade right here, direction of the market itself. But in this case, as you can see, the actual market doesn't go too much down out of this point. Now, of course, as you can see here, if we zoom out just a bit, if you follow just aggressive trend lines for this little price action trading pattern, you would be looking, of course, you would have a change of direction of the market right here where I highlighted with the yellow box, which is, of course, something that would come straight after you identify the price action trading pattern. You would see this change in the market itself. You would be able to identify it just next to your trend line itself. In this case, if you're using a aggressive trend line, you can see that the actual market has started to drop way before this happened, way before this actual trend line has hit the market itself, direction itself. Now, in order to bypass this, you can look at different ways of understanding the price action trading pattern itself. By that I mean you can have a look at conservative trend lines instead. Now, in order to understand the other option that we would have in order to identify price action trading patterns, we can look at conservative trend lines, and this is just as easy as drawing a trend line through the highest point, the highest reversal bar, and the next lowest reversal bar. So we would be looking for something like this. Now, as you can see, if we follow this logic, the actual market trend will change a lot faster than it would have if we were looking at aggressive trend lines instead. As you can see right here, this is the difference. It's not too much, but it's definitely quite a lot of pips that you can bypass just by changing your strategy to a conservative trend line instead of an aggressive one. You can see you can win quite a lot of extra pips in this. Now, the price action trading pattern itself has identified itself to you, and this is where you would get in, of course, on the trade itself, and this is where you would start to get on the trend. Okay guys, so that was it for today's video. I hope this video was really useful for you guys in order to understand the difference between conservative trend lines and aggressive trend lines, especially in the price action trading strategies, and especially if you are trying to identify price action trading patterns just by yourself without any other indicators. Now, of course, if you are here just in order to understand more about the market and you're just curious about price action trading strategies and the patterns of it, but you are on a daily basis using indicators in order to make your life easier on the trends, I would kindly suggest you to stick around here to find out some details about our newest momentum trading indicator, which makes a night and day difference in your trading life, especially if you don't want to manually analyze the market itself like we just did today. It's perfectly okay to do it both ways, but I'm just saying that you have both options. Speaking of which, if you'd like to try our new trend trading indicator, then click the link below and sign up for a free trial. That being said, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, you guys, and found it informative and really good for you and your trading skills. If you did, then don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if you're not already, please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.